crime recovery operations, etc. But one of the interventions that has yielded some good results both in South Africa and across the world is firearm amnesties. And I'm going to focus specifically on that and talk a little bit more about firearm amnesties. So we have really good examples, and I don't know if any of you get the City Press, but this is a piece by Rob Mugger. He's the director of Gfsa, which is a Brazilian research institute, and the heading was Give Firearms Amnesties a Chance. And I'm going to talk a little bit about where the Brazilian example ticks all the boxes of what works well. In terms of firearms amnesties in South Africa, the Firearms Control Act gives the minister the power to declare an amnesty. The minister has the power also to determine the conditions of the amnesty. And then, of course, needs to get approval by Parliament. But why? Why would governments use firearm amnesties? It's seen generally by those governments who have done this as a tool or a mechanism that is available to government to control both their legal stocks as well as to mop up illegal stocks. Now, we know that the primary objective of amnesties is to recover illegal guns. That's its primary purpose. But it has a very important secondary objective, and that is it becomes an opportunity for the disposal of unwanted guns, or guns that are not used. And we've seen that in amnesties both here in South Africa and elsewhere. And this is not just about civilians, this is state institutions that have had guns amnesties over the last 20 years. And the most successful amnesty was in 2005. And that yielded just over 100,000 firearms. We learned some important things about that amnesty. And I think it's perhaps the most important lesson, is that amnesties are most successful when they are held in conjunction with the introduction of stricter gun laws. So in 2005, it was the beginning of the introduction of the renewals period, which was a new provision in the FCA. And that was one of the reasons. It also is in conjunction with other efforts such as special police operations. And we're in a moment right now, an opportunity presents itself where we have an amendment coming before Parliament which is fundamentally strengthening the existing gun law, why amnesties work actually. And we haven't done that here, and we should be doing that here, is no questions asked. That doesn't mean you could have big trommels where people can just chuck in their gun. But it doesn't mean that you don't record the detail of the gun. When the person hands in the gun, you record the detail, but you don't record the identity of the person. No questions asked amnesty. That is one of the key conditions for a successful amnesty, and for a whole range of reasons, our government and our police are reluctant to go this route. Other important elements for successful amnesty are the usual things of strong partnership between police and government, and so public destruction soon after that. So what are the key factors for success? The conditions on the amnesty, the timing, the duration, the partnerships, the communication strategy. And Brazil is an excellent example, but my time is running out, so maybe one of you can ask me a question. 460,000 weapons taken off the street over a year period of a year. Within a year, 8% reduction in firearm homicides. So I won't talk more about Brazil. Colombia, the same. But let's look at the third strategy, because my time is running out, is turn off the leaking tap. So essentially what this means is knowing, and this is where the data comes in, knowing the what, the who, the why, the how. But under this question, the most important is the where and the how. Where